Hello and a huge welcome to this video. I'm Scorpion from How to Do, and in this video we will be learning how to make a pick item system inside of our 2D platformer game. Like we can take these guns like that, and there's a sniper over here, so I can also take that one. There we go. Alright, so how to make this? So in the previous videos we were able to make this kind of a jetpack system, and yeah, we can shoot each other. Yeah, so in the previous videos we made this task scene, and there we go. This is the simple player which we made, and we can walk around like that, and then of course we can use the jetpack like that. So of course there is no visual thing, like there's no jetpack over here and all that, like particle systems like that, but in the next videos I will make this look like this scene. No, not this one, this one. So I'll make it look something like this. Alright, so I will make it look better, but at the first I will try to make the game mechanics first. So let's get started. So I think what we should do first is we should add a jetpack over here, like a jetpack visual, and then when we go over here and collide with that, then we will be able to take the jetpack, and then afterwards we will be able to use the jetpack. Otherwise we won't be able to use the jetpack, we will only jump. So how do we make that? Well, the first thing what you should do is you should go ahead and see my previous videos, because we made a lot of things in there. Like we made these two scripts, and let me just quickly show you guys. This is the first script and this is the movement script. There we go, and we made that. So if you haven't seen that, go ahead and quickly see that first, and the link to that is in the description box below, and also you can download this script, but you should actually see my video first. All right, so I have, and this is the third part, and yeah, you should see the first two parts first. So yeah, let's get started. So first thing what we need to do is we need to check whether or not we have the jetpack or not. So when the game starts, of course we won't have the jetpack. All right, so first thing, let me just go ahead and add a jetpack over here. So go ahead and say right click and then 2D object and sprite, and I'm gonna bring the sprite over here. As you can see, we cannot see anything right now, but if we go over here and click this icon thing, and let me just go ahead and search for jetpack. Well, there's no jetpack over here. Then this one, where is it? Lava background, this one. So if you're wondering that where do you get all of these, like all of these sprites, like there are loads of them, right? Like I have backgrounds and all that. So if you want to download that, then go ahead and download it from here. I got it from this guy, Corgi Engine. I don't know what it's called, Corgi Engine 2D and 2.5D platformer. It's really cool. However, it is for $30. So if you can afford it, then you can download it. You can buy it, or otherwise you can download it for free. If you don't know how to download Unity assets for free, then the link to that is in the description box below, and it looks something like this one. All right, how to download Unity page assets for free. The link will be in the description box below, and it's 100% working, so make sure you see that. Then you will be when you download that, then you will be able to find loads of things, and you will also find, let me just quickly show you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna show you. Where is it? This one. You will find this folder over here called Engine, and then you can go to demo scenes, and there will be loads of scenes. For example, minimal and minimal level, and save that first. And this kind of a scene over here, as you can see, and it's really cool and awesome. And yeah, look at that cute little thing over there, and loads of scenes. Look at that. All right, so as you can see, really cool game mechanics going on over here. As you can see, there is a rope over here and all that stuff, so you can find these in here. And there are also a 3D, 2D, super hard, pixel, minimal, everything. Like pixel one looks something like this. All right, so yeah, really cool, right? So you can find all of these in there, so you should see that first. You should download that. All right, okay, so I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so come back, and I'm gonna go ahead and rename this sprite to Jetpack. There we go, and this will be our jetpack. I'm gonna go ahead and make it smaller and a little bit like that. Well, of course it does not look like a jetpack, but it will be your jetpack. So this is the jetpack. All right, so yeah, now first thing, that the jetpack is over here, so it's not with us, right? So we cannot use the jetpack when the game starts. So first thing what we need to do is we need to come over here to character controller 2D, and if you remember how we made the jetpack system was by deleting something from here. Alright, so what we did is that we deleted this thing. So go ahead and copy this M grounded, copy that, come over here and paste it and say and so shift 7 there we go. Now we won't be able to use the jetpack and we will be only able to jump. Alright, so if you play the game now, you will be able to only jump. If I play the game, there we go. Now you cannot use the jetpack, I can only jump like that. Alright, so now what I need to do is I need to have some kind of a function that when I get over here and come over here, then when I collide with this thing, I will be able to use the jetpack, and then I will be able to use the jetpack and I will take the jetpack. So how we do that is first what we need to do is we need to come back here and add a script on the jetpack. So first thing what we need to do is we need to add a box collider 2D. So there we go, there is a box collider on it, and as you can see, if I play the game, our player will be able to collide with it. There we go. But if I say it is trigger, then we won't be able to collide with it like that. However, we will be able to store the information that someone is colliding with our jetpack. Alright, okay, so we need that, and then what we need to do is we need to add a new script. So I will call that script jetpack. There we go, and I will add a new script and create an ad. Alright, and then I will open this up, so double click that, and there we go. Now we have a new script. Now what we need to do is we need to just delete these two functions because we don't need that. And first thing what we need to do is we need to say on trigger enter 2D. Alright, so it means, as you can see, this box collider is a trigger, and whenever something enters this trigger, this function will be called, this one. Alright, and the collider that collides with the trigger is called collision. I'm gonna call it test. So there we go, and we're gonna test whether or not this is that. So I'm gonna say if test, which means the one that has collided with us, test dot tag equals player. So player, and player is a tag. Alright, so I'm gonna save that and come to Unity and select my player, and go ahead and make sure your player has the tag player. So go ahead and select that and player, make sure you do that, otherwise this script won't work. Alright, and then if it is a player, what we want is we want to enable the jetpack. Alright, so how we do that? Of course we cannot do it in this script, so we have to come back in here and we have to connect the jetpack script with the movement script. So how we do that is we come over here on the top, and I will say public, and type in the name of your script. In my case it's called movement, the one which is used by our player, as you can see, movement. Alright, so type in the name of the script that you want to connect, and in my case it's movement. So there we go, movement, and I will call it move underscore script and semicolon. There we go. So now when I save the game and save the script and come back to my jetpack, after some time the scripts will be compiled, and then we will be able to see a new slot over here, that is this move script, and we have to drag and drop the move script in here. So drag and drop your player inside, and it will automatically detect the player movement script, which is this one. There we go. Now our player movement script and jetpack script is connected. Okay, so now only let me just go ahead and quickly show you guys that it's working. So you don't need to write this, but I'm gonna just quickly do it for you. So debug.log jetpack taken. So whenever our player will get inside the trigger, like collide with the trigger, this statement will be printed in our console. So if I save it and play the game and go to my console and play the game, and it's compiling the scripts, and there we go. And when I come over here, make sure you see over here, as you can see, there is a jetpack taken message over here, which means when we go inside, it shows this message, which means it is working. All right, which means that we are actually detecting that our player is colliding with the jetpack. Now what we need to do is we need to enable something. So what you should do is you should go to your character controller 2D, all right, and you have to copy this whole thing, the jump one, all right, the jump one. So come down over here, so this is that, and come down over here and select the jump one and go ahead and copy this one. So if statement, so copy that, come down and paste it over here. So now what you can do is you can delete this one. So this one will this one is for the jump, and this one is for the jetpack. So instead of jump, I will type jetpack, and when I do that, you will see jetpack. So when I do that, you will see that there will be an error which shows by this red underline, and it says that the name jetpack does not exist in the current context, which means there is no variable called jetpack. So copy this name, go in the top, and as you can see in the movement, you have float move, float bool crouch, bool jump, and just hit comma over here and say bool and paste the name over here, jetpack. All right, and now you will see there won't be any errors over here. Okay, and this one will be for our jetpack. Cool. So I'm gonna save that and come back over here in the movement, and in here I am also you can see there is an error over here, movement. So as you can see, there is a new argument over there, jetpack, which is not specified in our context, so it is giving us our this error. All right, so we have only done the float move and then bool crouch and bool jump. We have not done the bool jetpack, so we have to do that. So in order to do that, I am going to go ahead and add a new private bool, and we actually are gonna do the same thing that we did for the jump. All right, so we are gonna do the same thing. So instead of jump, I'm gonna just type in jetpack and do that. And where's the next jump? There is over here, so we're getting the button. So I'm gonna copy this whole thing. So actually we're doing the same thing that we did for the jump. All right, so I'm gonna just quickly do it. Instead of jump, I'm gonna just type in the jetpack. So jetpack, there we go, jetpack equals to true. And then also I'm gonna copy, add a comma, and I'm gonna, instead of jump, I'm gonna type jetpack. There we go. And also I'm gonna say jetpack equals false. There we go. So as we did for the jump, so everything that we did for the jump is also done for the jetpack. The only thing now what we need to do is we need to add a public bool, and we're gonna say get jetpack, which means have we gotten the jetpack or not. So this is gonna decide if we have jetpack or not, and we get the jetpack when we collide with this thing. All right, so we're gonna check that. Okay, so when the game starts, of course we want to say get jetpack equals false, because we don't want to use the jetpack when the game starts. So false, there we go. And we're gonna say we're gonna use the jetpack if the get jetpack equals to true. All right, so if get jetpack equals true, and then and only then we will be able to use the jetpack. So there we go. All right, so if get jetpack equal to true, then we will be able to take the input from the user, which is w jump, which be w and space, and then we are going to use the jetpack. All right, so if I save this thing and play the game and go to my player and play the game, you can see the get jetpack is false. So when I now jump, I can only jump, but when I set it to true, I will be able to use the jetpack. There we go. All right, cool. And if I set it to false, I am not able to use the jetpack now. So I need to control this bool from this script, from the jetpack script. So whenever we, where is it, jetpack, whenever we collide or get inside the jetpack, we are going to set this get jetpack bool to true. All right, I think you're understanding me. I think so. So move script, that is the movement script, dot, and the name of the variable is get jetpack, and I'm gonna set it to equals to true. There we go. So whenever we get inside the this guy, whenever we get inside the jetpack, this get jetpack will be equals to true. All right, so I'm gonna set it to false now because I don't want it to be true, and I'm gonna play the game, and you will be able to see that when I get inside over here, you should look over here, and there we go. Now it's true. All right, now I can use the jetpack. There we go. Cool, right? Okay, but of course it does not looks good because the jetpack is still over there and there's no jetpack with us. So but still I can jump right now, and when I come over here I can now use the jetpack. Cool. But now we should add something like when we get inside the jetpack, when we take the jetpack, this jetpack will be over here with the player. So how we do that is we go inside the player, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a new sprite, or we can just copy this jetpack. No, add a new 2D sprite, and I'm gonna call it jetpack player, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the same jetpack thing. So it is called lava background. By the way, it's not a jetpack, it is just a lava background. So I'm gonna go ahead and set it up like a jetpack if I can. So there we go. Now it looks something like a jetpack, right? And I'm gonna make this little smaller, or something like equal to that size. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna put it over here. There we go. And now what we need to do is we need to enable and disable that according to this thing. So it will be really easy because we're gonna come in here and we're gonna say if get jetpack equals to true, then we are gonna enable that, right? So come over here. There we go, and we have to enter the code over here. So first thing what we have to do is we have to get a reference of this jetpack. So how we do that is we come over here and we say public game object. This time it will be game object, and I will call it jetpack sprite, anything, but yeah. And when the game starts, the jetpack strike and the jetpack sprite equals to dot set active and brackets and false. All right, so it means okay, they do not exist. Sorry, fuck. FALSE. Okay, so jetpack sprite dot get active equals to false, which means the jetpack will be disabled when the game starts. And when the get jetpack equals to true, I'm gonna copy this one same, and I'm gonna paste it over here. Paste it over here, and I'm gonna set it to true when the get jetpack dot sprite is true, which is this one, get jetpack equals to true, the get jetpack sprite dot active equals to true also. Okay, so if I go in here, and there will be a slot popping out over here in a second. Oops, there we go. Now it's a jetpack sprite thing over here, so we can drag in our jetpack sprite in here, and we're gonna play the game, and you will see that the jetpack will be disabled now. And when we go over here and come in here, there we go. Now we have the jetpack. Cool, right? Awesome. So only thing now what we need to do is we need to just destroy this thing or disable that one. So how we can do that is it should be simple. Let's just go to the jetpack, and so in order to destroy the thing, you have to add a new I don't know, method or function, I don't know what it's called, but you have to say public void and destroy. So as you can see, on destroy is a pre-made function, and there we go. Now we have this, and we have to just call it. And in order to call a function, like, we have to say the name of the function and then these brackets and then the semicolon, which means when this work when this statement is executed, then the next statement will be executed, and on the execution of this statement we are gonna come into this, and whenever whatever is written inside over here will be executed. So what we want to write in is destroy and brackets game object, oops, game object and colon. So the game object is actually the self, all right, and it is getting this game object that has the component which is the script, so it's gonna just simply destroy the self and save this, and you will be able to see that when we take the jetpack, this is gonna be enabled and this is gonna be disabled or destroyed forever. So now we have no jetpack and we can only jump, and when we come over here we can take the jetpack, and then of course we can use the jetpack. Now the only thing that we need to do is we need to add a particle system for the jetpack, so whenever we fly, the particle system will be enabled and will be that. So in order to add the particles, I'm gonna again use the same Corgi engine, this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and search for rocket particles and rocket flames, I guess it's called rocket flames, and if I drag it, as you can see there is a particle over here and it's really cool, and that is what I used in the demo version. So as you can see it is particle system, and the only thing now what we need to do is we need to disable that and enable that when we fly, alright, when we press the jump button. So it should not be that much difficult. So first thing what you need to do is you need to go ahead and drag them inside of your jetpack player thing. So now, and enable them, and as you can see it is quite nicely over there, so it looks quite good. Yeah, okay, cool. And then I am going to go ahead and disable that for now, or no, we don't have to do that. Okay, go to your player movement in here, and whenever we press this button we want to enable that. So first thing we have to do the same thing that we did for the jetpack sprite. We have to copy the whole thing and paste it over here, and instead of this I'm gonna say jetpack underscore particles, there we go, jetpack particles, and the game starts, the jetpack particles will be false. So copy this thing, I'm gonna copy it because I don't want to write it again and again, and instead of jetpack particle jetpack, add jetpack particles, there we go. And I'm gonna copy this again and I'm gonna paste it over here, and I'm gonna say true, which means when we press the jump button the jetpack particles will be set active. So save that, and I think it should work, at least I think that. Okay, first of all I have to add the reference over here, so I forgot that. So make sure you drag and drop your jetpack flames over here, and now play. So now we have that, there we go, cool, right? It's working, but of course we have to disable that when we yeah, it's working, but we have to disable them when we land and when we are not pressing the jump button. So we have to do a little code over here and just copy this jetpack.setActive false, copy that, and when the jetpack equals false we also set the jetpack particles.setActive equals false too. So now if you play the game you will be able to see that it is gonna work, but it's not gonna work. I know it. So now we don't have the jetpack, we take it, and as you can see there is no jetpack flame, alright. But if I go ahead and open the jetpack flames, and you will see that it is gonna enable and disable real fast, because, and you're gonna see it, but it's barely visible, right? You can see it barely visible. So how do we fix that? So come over here, and instead of where is it? Instead of just disabling over here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a new over here in the fixed in the update. Okay, in the update, and I'm gonna go ahead and say if input dot get button up. In this time I'm gonna say get button up, and the button which we're gonna get up is the same one, jump, and place the jump in here, jump, and add there. And in here we want to add this thing, so Control X, Control V, and there we go. Alright, so what it means that when we hold down this button, the jump button, the jetpack particles will be shown, and when we release this button, then the jetpack's set active will be false. So save that, and now we should be able to see something better than this one. Let's see if it's gonna work or not. So play the game, and it's compiling the scripts. I'm gonna take that. So there we go. As you can see, now it is much better. So whenever we press the jump button, this jetpack will be shown, and it is really cool, right? So that is that for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, then subscribe to my channel, which is how to do. And yeah, our player can only jump now, and when he comes over here and takes the jetpack, he can take the jetpack and play with it, and there are particles, so he can fly around. Cool. So that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, then subscribe to my channel, which is how to do. And if you want to support me, you can do that by donating me some money through PayPal. The link will be in the description box below, and I will really appreciate that. And yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, be cool. Bam.